with the effect of Mamangina's speech, she also talked about the deputy president insulting people and that the deputy president was not brought up well. So, okay, honestly, guys, as I said, everybody insults people in politics in Kenya, like almost everybody. But there's this side that we know that is known for always insulting people almost all the time. And one of the people that we know that never, ever refers to the former prime minister by his name is nobody but the deputy president. I've never heard him call Raila by his name. I can't remember when last I did that. He always refers to him as Jama Vitendawili or Kitendawili, Mganga, Jama wa Kuzimia, like all the bad names, like just funny names. And we've also heard him talking about the other group. He never refers to them as the Azimio. He tells them he refers to them as wale watu wa kuzimia. He refers to the president as wale watu wa kulewa na kuvuta bangi. So when we talk about it, and he calls Atuoli yule mzee wa Nyororo, and he was even saying that in front of former ex-wife to Atuoli. And man, you guys, when you talk about that, these guys insult people, but we know that one person who insults people who insults people the most is the deputy president, you see. And I'm not trying to say that insulting people is bad. Maybe it's working because it's been working for him. He's been consistent with this ever since I knew him. He's always been somebody who when he makes speeches about the opponents, he's always very mean in his words. So, and it's been working for him because you can't help but admit that he's one of the most fastest rising politicians in this country, if not the fastest ever rising politician in this country. So, whatever he's doing is working for him, but now, apart from it working for him, now it raises the question about the moral of this man. Because, honestly, guys, if there's something that people have really been discussing and people have been talking negatively about with the deputy president, is about his morals. People have been calling him mwizi, to mean a thief, to call him corrupt. People have been saying that he's immoral, that he impregnated a certain lady. I can remember there's a time people were calling him Baba Abi because of this lady that he impregnated and he was not taken care of, as the lady was saying then. And this guy has had so many insults on him, and people have accused him of him. And even the Martha Karua, I can remember saying when she was just crossing over to start supporting official to join Azimio, she was talking about the morals of the people vying, and she said that she's going this side because this side has people who have more moral. So this brings to question the issue about moral. And if you ask me about sexual morality, like talking about the DP Ruto not having good sexual morals by not taking care of kid and stuff, I can tell you guys that one has no much effect in this country. It doesn't affect so much. I can remember Mukisa Kitui had some funny videos leaking out, some pictures leaking out with him. Videos with him and a certain lady, and people forgot about it. And right now, people moved on so fast. So I think those are the things that people are so fast to forget in this country, and people really don't care so much about it. Quite unfortunately, though. But now coming back, analyzing the moral of this man, our deputy president, I think it might not affect so much, but there's one or two people somewhere who are affected by this. Because when you hear him come out and talk about supporting the border borders, comparing the border borders with any other type of work, when the president tries to crack on border borders and try to put them in line, considering the fact that everybody knows that they have not been good, majority of them have not been good, and there's a big number of them who have been criminals, and the president has been working to try and put that in line. But he came around and talked about mentioning that those people are good, and saying that they're supposed to be allowed to work, and trying to say that scrap metal too are supposed to work like any other. And also people know why the scrap metal was scrapped, and because there were some mischievous people who are using scrap metal to sell the country's KPLC properties, you see. And that was not going on right, because it was affecting. There's a day that the whole country had a blackout just because of that. So the president, when he works to do that, and the deputy comes out and tries to support the bad guys, and people are calling him the bad guy, it makes him look more of a bad guy, for lack of a better word. So in a way, this one was more exposing to the deputy president, and it's more exposing to his morals. So I don't know so much. I know what I know is it might not be so important, but it is a factor that these people are talking about. And the more you strengthen your opponent's narrative against you, the worse it is for you. So when your opponent come around and say that you are immoral, and things come out that show that you are immoral, and you say things and you try to support people who the whole society think are doing things which are immoral, and you try to come against people who are trying to finish those things, then it works against you. So if you ask me, that is what I can take on that. Then the Mama Ngina talked about upbringing. That goes back to the same thing. Many people have been talking around about the boda guys. I want to use them as an example. And guys, it's unfortunate about what we saw about a week ago at Forest Road, what those guys did to that lady. I don't even want to talk about it. And that speaks loudly about the moral of our country, the moral of the people, the young people who are bringing up in this country. And when we have our leaders stand up, the people we depend on to talk and take to the youth and show them the right way, the right morals, and how to behave as men, stand up and say that, to talk against anybody who's trying to correct them. Guys, come on. UDA guys, come on. I don't mean to support any side, but that is wrong. You don't do that. You don't do that. Upbringing in this country is funny, and when somebody tries to talk about it right, you're supposed to allow it, and don't go around saying that our young people are supposed to be allowed to do anything that they want to do without apology. That is not acceptable.